Hey, how's it going, everybody? Tall Tesla guy here. So there's a few things on the horizon that Elon launched this week, and I don't know if it's on the heels of just such a abysmally bad quarter that Tesla's having, that he's really trying to, build this excitement and this fever for Tesla again with all these new things. But there's three things that I want to talk about today. One being a Robotaxi, and what Elon envisions it to actually be a rear-wheel drive long-range Model Y that gets almost 70 miles of range more than I get on my current Model Y, and a two-seater Model Y that can be used as a commercial vehicle. So those three things and more. So sit back, relax. You guys are watching the Tall Tesla Guy. So I'm going to start out with what's probably exciting, but the least exciting for me, just because I'm here in the United States, and Elon has flat out said that this is not going to be something that they're going to market globally. Who knows, maybe it'll take off there and they'll end up spreading it out and spreading the love to other countries if people are actually excited about this kind of thing. But what they're basically doing is taking a Model Y and removing the seats in the back. And you are getting a flat pass-through from the trunk all the way to the front seats. Now, with the Tesla Model Y right now, you could currently, with the seats folded flat, you could almost fit an entire 4x8 sheet of plywood, drywall, 2x4s, whatever it is you want. Almost. It does stick out a little bit because you don't actually have 8 feet in the car with the seats folded flat. However, with the tailgate up and driving around like that, you could actually do it. Now, it doesn't substitute a pickup truck. You don't have that sort of headroom in the car or anything like that, but I have transported 2x4s. I've put plants in there. I've put mulch in there, bags, rocks, everything like that. And I'm probably utilizing my Tesla Model Y currently in a situation or a way that I wouldn't necessarily want to do. It was always an as-needed emergency situation that I did it. However, what they're doing is offering a configuration that doesn't even have the back seats. So if you had this as part of your commercial fleet, you would have 2 seats in the front and then just a flat path through to the back. You could probably put anything you want in there. For a business, you can probably put protectants on the side of it to shield it so you don't scrape up the plastic of the car, you don't ruin the carpet back there as you're moving things in and out of the car. Now, I still probably wouldn't load 10 bags of cement in the car just because you're gonna suck the battery right out of the car when you're driving it. However, if you were looking for a small, short run business type of vehicle, a Tesla Model Y is going to give you about 300 miles of range on it, which is huge. It's going to have all of the Tesla love technology, that sort of thing, and you would have a flat pass-through to the back, which I think could be huge. Now, Tesla has flat out said that they are not promoting this globally. They are not going to pass it everywhere. In fact, it's only going to go to France. Now, France was an odd thing in the beginning until I read the article a little bit more, and it said specifically that France actually offers companies an incentive to use a work type of vehicle. Now, this particular thing, almost like you get in the United States, if you have a work truck, if you have a cargo van, whatever it is, you can get business tax credits for it. Well, France offers a similar kind of thing, but on a smaller scale, and a smaller scale being that they use smaller vehicles for it. So if you had one of those mini trucks, if you had a car that is a work vehicle that's smaller, it's using less energy, that sort of thing, that's how you get the credit. And now this Tesla Model Y being fully electric and designed as a work car truck, it actually qualifies fully for that tax credit. So France is going to be the only ones that get to the opportunity to use this. When it does come out, I'll make sure and show you guys if I get videos of it, if I get pictures of it, whatever it is, so we can see it in the wild. But until then, you're going to have to hold your breath for it in the United States and say, Vive la France. So the second thing I want to talk about is one of those things that everybody talks about when you get a Tesla, when you get an electric vehicle. The first thing people think about is range. How much range does it have? How far can I go? How far can I go? And I'll tell you, I was one of those people. Begrudgingly, I'll say this out loud. I was one of those people when I first got the car. I thought, well, 330 miles, how am I going to get to work every day? Well, it turns out I don't drive 300 miles to work and back every day, and I didn't back then when I first bought it. So it was not an issue. Secondly, I say, well, what if I want to go on a road trip? What happens then? Well, I don't go on road trips all the time, maybe twice a year, family vacations and such. Well, what I quickly found out is as soon as you get out in the car, Tesla has this extremely extensive supercharger network. And I know we've talked about this in other videos, but they are basically everywhere you want to be. And Tesla actually designed their supercharging network to give you superchargers at key points all along your trip. So if you were going to take 95 from Interstate 95 all the way from Maine down to Florida, you're going to have superchargers galore all the way. If you're going to take I-5 out of California and head east, head north, south, whatever it is, then you're going to have superchargers everywhere. And they designed it like that so that you have superchargers almost on par with gas stations for gasoline vehicles or diesel vehicles. Almost. And I say almost because it's not quite as much, but it's pretty close. It also charges fast and all that sort of stuff. So really, range anxiety was sort of a dream in the past that went away quickly once I got the Tesla, once I started driving around. Well, what Tesla's actually done is through some sort of reconfiguration of the battery, because they're not actually using 4680 batteries to their full potential yet. I don't see LFP batteries or anything like that in there. So this new configuration of the Tesla that's going to be available everywhere except for the United States for some reason, again, probably North America anyway, is going to give you a long-range rear-wheel drive Tesla Model Y that has 372 miles of range. 372 miles of range. Now, Tesla just recently launched a new configuration of the Model 3 that actually gives you 18 miles more, about 390. But currently, and this is my second Tesla, Model Y anyway, we've only had 330 miles as a max, 333 I think. And in real-world tests, it was closer to about 300 maybe, and that's pushing it. So now this isn't saying real world or anything like that. This is just saying flat out the longest range you could potentially get, perfect conditions, perfect driving, everything like that from this new configuration, rear-wheel drive, long range Tesla Model Y is 372 miles. Now, why I'm excited about it, I think eventually what's going to happen is they're going to create an all-wheel drive, maybe a tri-motor, who knows, a better configured dual motor Tesla Model Y that's going to get us plus 400 miles of range. It's not going to help me on my day-to-day drive. I don't use nearly that. What I think it would do, though, is create an opportunity for people that were maybe afraid of the amount of range you get from a Tesla, from an EV, and jump into the market before it. Because on top of that, on top of the increased range, the car is actually sub 50, which may or may not sound exciting to you, 47,000 anyway. But then you also get a $7,500 government tax credit for EVs, and then a lot of states offer you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 more. So you could actually get a sub 40 Tesla Model Y if it ever comes to the United States for sub $40,000. And it's going to get you almost 400 miles of range, which honestly is going to take you anywhere you need to go. But more importantly, you'll need to charge it less. I'd put it in my driveway. I'd probably charge it once a week, maybe get it up to about 80% and then leave it. And I wouldn't have to charge it every day, or I wouldn't have to have it plugged in every other day if I didn't want to. Feel less worried about it when I leave it, and the whole 9 yards. So hopefully soon to come to the United States is a 372 mile range, rear wheel drive, hopefully all wheel drive, Tesla Model Y long range, kind of like we have now, but even more range. So more to come on that. And as soon as I know, you guys will know too. And then the final thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm only going to touch on this lightly because Elon's been talking about this for years. And honestly, I feel like it's probably never going to come, or at least not for a few more years. I'll say that. I'll put a little asterisk in there. It's the Robotaxi. If you guys aren't familiar with it, the Robotaxi is something that Tesla talked about, Elon talked about 10 years ago. His idea was to get a fully autonomous, level 10, fully autonomous, or level 5, depending on how you look at it, drivable car. And essentially that car would sit in your driveway. And if you signed up for this Robotaxi function, somebody could be down the street, 10 miles away, 15 miles away, whatever it is, say they need a ride, they could go into the app, say, bring the car to me, and it would essentially summon from your driveway, drive down the street, go to where the person is, pick them up, take them to their destination, drop them off, and drive back to your house. And you would get paid for it, almost like an Uber Lyft type of situation. Now, his idea is that your car will make money when you're sleeping, when you're not using it, when it's sitting there. He determined that a lot of people drive to work in their vehicles and they sit at work for 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day maybe. Or on the weekends, you don't use it. So it's just wasting time, it's wasting money. It's not earning money for you anyway. So his idea is the Robotaxi. Now, currently in current full self-driving situations, the car would not be able to handle it. I know driving around in the free test of full self-driving this month, I've noticed that I have to take over at least once every drive. If there's nobody in the car, there's nobody to take over. So we're not there yet. And I'll say we're probably years away from being there. However, what he did in this earnings day is he launched or presented the idea of his app for it. It's basically a Lyft type, Uber type app that gives you the summon capability of contacting local Teslas that are up and available to be summoned. So all these people that have signed up to use their car as a Robotaxi, and it will basically find your car, take it, bring it to the person, and like I said, drop you off and bring it back. Now, I'm not sure how they're going to handle the insurance of it. No one's actually driving the car, how they're going to handle any damages in the vehicle. You pick up somebody at the bar and they get sick in your car, what happens there? But down the road, I feel like it's something that he's shooting for. It's something that he's aiming for. And I would be excited if it was an availability. Would I use it for my car? Probably not. I like to be able to jump out there and run to the store to get ice cream if I need to, and it's late in the night. I don't have to worry about it being gone. But nonetheless, I think the potential opportunity for it being there in the future is exciting. I think that where he takes it in the future is going to be exciting. And either way, I think it's going to be something that causes continued innovation for Tesla. So let me know what you guys think. As always, throw it in the comments below. If you have any thoughts, concerns, questions, throw them out there. Anything you want me to dive into, research, I'm more than happy to do that as well. But either way, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, week, month so far, and that you're able to enjoy any good weather if you actually have it, and that you're staying safe out there. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you on the next one.